So in today's video I will be discussing a crucial daily task for bonsai maintenance through the growing season: watering. Now in this video I could make it a really quick one and just say water the tree twice over and make sure the root ball doesn't dry out, but today that's not what we are about. So bonsai trees, like their mature counterparts in nature, have a remarkable ability to transport water from their roots through the trunk and up to the foliage. It is essential to provide bonsai trees with sufficient water to meet the needs of all their leaves and prevent them from drying out. Wild trees absorb this water from the soil. Bonsai trees are often cultivated in shallow bonsai pots with a limited amount of soil. Due to this, bonsai trees tend to dry out more rapidly compared to trees planted in the ground. It is also possible to overwater a bonsai tree if the roots are consistently soaked. They may rot, causing damage and ultimately leading to the demise of the tree. It is easier to cause a demise of a bonsai tree through underwatering than overwatering, therefore achieving a balance. Providing sufficient water without excess becomes crucial. Several factors influence this delicate balance. So the frequency of watering a bonsai tree is influenced by temperature. In warmer weather, the tree requires more water to sustain its foliage and finer new growth, therefore more frequent watering is necessary. During hot periods, while most bonsai trees are grown outdoors, the indoor temperature of homes or offices also affect the watering schedule for indoor bonsai trees. The amount of water a bonsai tree needs depends on its size. Smaller bonsai trees are typically grown in smaller pots with less soil, which holds less water. Therefore, smaller bonsai trees require more frequent watering compared to larger bonsai trees. So now we're at the Malus Royalty or crabapple, which you see me air layer in the last few videos. It's grown absolutely vigorously, as you can tell. One side has definitely done better than the other, but now here's the thing that a lot of videos miss in their watering videos, and I feel like it's really crucial for you. And if you look closer at this tree, you will see it has a fungus. Now when I air layered the mother tree, it didn't have any symptoms, which means the mother tree was actually going in a good year. And what this fungus is, what we're seeing here, is apple scab. It won't actually affect any of my other trees, but what it does mean is the tree will have struggling years and really good years. And this year these trees are struggling, even though they have put out loads of extensive growth. But this one has put out loads of growth too, but it dies back also. We've also had repeat aphid attacks, which I have been dealing with here. But yeah, I'm hoping next year is going to be a better year for it, but it is pushing out the growth that I want it to. Now, apple scab won't necessarily kill the tree, but it is going to struggle in some years, especially if I don't take care of it and treat the problem quite often. But when I air layered the tree, the mother tree, it didn't show many symptoms, but I have recently gone to go inspect the mother tree to see if it has, and it's showing the same as the air layers. So it's nothing that I've done or caused to the tree, I've just happened to air layer a sick tree. But it still should be good. It just opens up another challenge for me. And yeah, so it won't absolutely kill the tree, but it is treatable. And another thing, when we're discarding the leaves like this, or if they're in the soil pot, we're gonna have to make sure they're not hanging around for the next season. So we either discard them in a designated bin or we burn them. We can't leave them hanging around for the next season or to reinfect the tree. Now, it is a fungus that is in the tree already, it's in the live wood. It's always going to be a problem for the tree, but it is treatable, and some years it's going to look good, some years not so good. And if you don't know what you're really looking for, you probably won't even notice it most years. So no more overhead watering for this tree, as it will cause the fungus to spread to other leaves. So wind can cause an increased need for watering and can be a big factor to water loss through the leaves and the new growth, necessitating more frequent watering or placement in a sheltered location. The soil composition also influences the watering needs of a bonsai tree. Bonsai soil often consists of a mix of components, and some soil mixture dry out more rapidly than others. While an open, free draining soil mix promotes a tree's health, it may require more frequent watering. So something else I've picked up from other videos, they often say to check if your tree needs watering and stick your finger in the soil, and if it feels moist, it's okay. If it's on the dry side and it's time to water. Now, that is all good in what they're saying, but there's a lot of hidden factors to that. So say if you've got trees that are covered in moss, you should be able to tell just from the moss, just by touching it. But what I tend to do is use it by weight. See, that's got a fair bit of weight to it, but if it needed watering, that would be a lot more lighter, and it would indicate to me how much watering it would need. Obviously this is a plastic container, so it's going to be a little bit lighter than the ceramic containers. Now this one is looking fairly dry, but I guarantee you that it's probably lighter than this one, which in fact it is. It indicates to me that it needs watering, and it's also got a very different colour. As you can see, this one's very lighter, and this one is still on the darker side. Darker side soil normally indicates it's well watered. So when watering your trees, ensure to soak it thoroughly and provide an ample amount of water to saturate the entire soil. It is crucial to ensure that all the soil becomes moist, as a significant portion of the roots is located at the bottom of the pot. Merely providing a small amount of water may only dampen the top layer of the soil, leaving the rest dry. Outdoors, you may conveniently use watering can or a hose pipe. However, exercise caution to avoid washing away the soil from the pot. And well, if you have indoor trees, just try not to get water everywhere. Now, please do remember that an overwatered tree will survive a lot longer than a tree that's been left to dry out. But obviously, an overwatered tree will eventually decline. So yeah, don't water on a schedule, but check your pots daily.